Okay. So can you guys see my Photoshop? You can see my Photoshop screen okay over here? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new 8x10. Here it is. And I am also going to just grab this car and the street to just have them on my desktop. Okay, so File, New, 8x10. New Command O to open. Off of my desktop, I will grab the street. And I will Command A, C, W, V it onto my screen. It's a stolen image off the internet, so it is teeny tiny. I'm going to stretch it out. Maybe too blurry. That's fine. We'll survive with the blurriness. Actually, you know what's even better is if you're going to use my stolen images, don't even do a File, New, 8x10. Let's forget that. If you're going to use my stolen images, just open up the stolen streets and Command 0. Oh, no, it is really blurry. Holy cow. Let me get you a better street. If you guys have any other background that you want to use instead of my stolen image, trust me, I'm totally cool with that. Let's see if they'll let me steal this one. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so if you want to, let's get out of here. Get out of here. A lot of I got 100,000 windows open today. Let me, if you guys want to use the street that I just took, or you can take any street, I don't care. Schoology, courses, photo 1, updates. There it is. If you guys want to use this street instead, you can, or you can just take a street off the internet. Okay, so instead of a File, New, 8x10, just open that stolen image. That's totally fine. You don't have to resize it. And then a Command O to open. Let's grab that car. And we're going to Command A, C, W, V that car onto here, and a Command T. We'll make the car like it's driving down the road. So Ma, last class, what we talked about was how when you look at car advertisements, they, I'm just looking for my magic wand. I can't talk and click at the same time. When you look at car advertisements, there's 100% chance that the car was not speeding down the street when they took the picture. They probably took the picture of the car in a studio and then took a picture of the street separately, and then they did a fake blur on Photoshop. So here's my car. Maybe I'm going to even Command T and kind of turn it a little bit. Nope, that's not going to make it look like it's going down this street. So what you can do is, to make it look like a blur image, is you take your car and you go up to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur, and you can blur it as much as you want so it looks like it's zipping down the street, and you can even make it at an angle. And that's how you would do a fake blur. And then you would Shift Command E, File, Save As, and save that as a fake blur. Or step back in time, go on my background layer, and go up to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur, and you could blur the background if you wanted to make it look like a pan. So that's the panning and the blurring if you were to do it on Photoshop. The picture that I gave you guys of my kids from 100 years ago playing, as an example, let me screenshot this one. I'll go over how I did this one. So you could like just have a picture of your friend jumping, standing on their head, doing something. Screenshot that. Let's go back to Photoshop and grab the screenshot. Hang on. It's got to like load in there. It's over here. All right, so I'm going to open this screenshot. So like sometimes you would do like the car in the street and it's already spread apart. Sometimes you would have an image like this that you took that was motion. So you would do a good selection, a good quick mask of what's moving. My children attacking each other. This picture is probably about 13 years old. So I get the selection of them. I can go up to select, save selection. I'm going to save it as action stuff. You can't see this window. I'm going to put this over here. There we go. Selection, action stuff. Okay, cool. So now I've saved it. Now I can do Command C, Command V. So they're on a separate layer, as you can see. So now if I'm on the kid layer, if I go up to filter, blur, motion blur, I can make it look like they're super blurry or just a little bit blurry, but the background is still. And again, I can change the angle of the blur. I'll probably have it going this way because that's the direction of their action. So that's how you do a blur. And then I could do file, save as, and upload that as my blur. Or I can step backward and get on the background layer and do filter, blur, motion blur, and just blur the background so it looks like a pan. That would be obnoxious. We'll do it like right about here and hit OK. And then I could save that as a pan. So you can do panning and you can do blur on Photoshop. The steps are here on this document, as well as what I just told you. And if you want to use these images to do it, or this one that I just put on the top of your updates, you can use that, or you can steal any picture that you have, or you can use a picture that's just saved on your computer. But I'll give you 10 minutes right now to complete this task. Any questions? Okay, so I am going to stop recording.